Hey there guys, we're going to be going back to Crumblier for another rank 1 clear. This time we're not going to be using Paladin Sylvie. That's probably one of the most common requests I get, is please do a clear that doesn't use Paladin Sylvie because she's used in every video ever. There's good reason for that, she's very strong, but she's not required. And we're going to skip her in this clear. And this is the team we're going to use. So we're going to go with the Dark team. Golbez and Dark Fina are going to buff up dark damage. Olivera going to be a nice little support and damage dealer as well. Lilith will be our tank, and again, more dark support. Chizuru for tag chaining and dealing damage. And Kresnik for the morale gain. So let's give it a go with this party. As usual, I'll have a turn chart and all in the comments, and I'll go through it, step by step as we do the clear. So, one of the issues in this clear is a little bit is your morale gauge, but I've worked it out to where morale is going to be handled. So, to start off, Kresnik, pretty much every turn while he's shifted, is going to Arcane Stimulant. That adds 1,000 morale, and we're going to do that pretty much for the next 3 turns. We're going to use Premium Fina to imbue the party, Earth Resist, and then use Strike just to hit the boss with Earth or Dark damage. We're going to use Lilith to bar Darkja, Cover, and Kiss of Desire for the personal mitigation. We're going to use Golbez to triple. We're going to do Curse to break the boss. And then we're going to do Jet Black Curse. And then this does, out of curiosity, I just want to confirm that this does actually last multiple turns. Yeah, it does. Okay, so we're going to Jet Black Curse, and then just Abyssal Quasar, just for something to do. Chizuru is going to Strong, Staunch, and Breezy. That's going to cure our imperils and all that. Olivera is going to... Now, if you're EX18, you won't have this available. This is only available if you're under EX18 and only on turn 1. So we're going to go ahead... It was technically only available if you're below 100 morale, which should only be turn 1. So we're going to go ahead and build New Crescendo if you're under EX18, otherwise skip it, and then Inspiring, Rehearsal, and Symphonic Harmony. So turn 1 is going to be some AoE dark damage. We're immune from Bar Darkja and Curing the Imperils. There will be a single target light attack. We're immune on our Provoker. Some AoE earth damage, we are immune. And then some physical damage with Lilith is covering. And because we're not using Sylvie, look at the damage she's taking. We don't have good physical mitigation or general mitigation on turn 1 because no Sylvie. That being said, it is Lilith, it is her Clash of Wills, so it's fine. Okay, next we're going to do Kresnik to Stimulant yet again, because really that's all he's here for is morale gain, so Stimulant for more morale. Golbez on this turn needs to refresh the Curse, because it doesn't last that long. We're going to refresh Curse, and then we can just Quasar twice again, just because whatever. Real quick, let me adjust one thing on my turn chart. I had a mistake, I just noticed. Anyway, Fina this turn can summon the Ashura Field. Olivera is going to just quad cast Symphonic Harmony. Chizuru on this turn can do Eastern Winds and then just Breezy twice. Now this turn, the boss is going to deal a bunch of damage, not to mention he's going to ignore cover on one of the attacks. Normally you would Mirage here. This party doesn't have much Mirage, so we're going to use Lilith to deal with it. So she's going to Kiss of Betrayal to Imperil Maces. Then she's going to do Veil of Night. That's going to imbue the boss with darkness, which will make this attack coming up miss, or deal no damage, and then Kiss of Desire again. Okay, so the attack that bypasses cover, we're immune to dark, the boss is imbued with dark, so it's going to do nothing. There we go. And then all the physical damage, there's a lot of physical damage this turn, especially because the boss has those buffs. It would be really painful normally, but the boss is imbued, no damage taken, so Lilith is handling that. Yeah, as you can expect, the Clash of Wills is designed with her to be really good at it. Okay, now we're going to use Kresnik once again. Just keep filling that morale gauge. Arcane Stimulant a 3rd time in a row. Now we're going to start focusing Golbez with Magic Boost to get ready for his big meteor coming up later. Dark Fina is going to reapply the imbue. That way it's still there for later. Then we're going to refresh that Earth Resist and then do a strike. What's this guy's name? Oliveira is going to just quad cast Symphonic just to hit the boss for morale gain, etc. We're now going to use Lilith's LB, and Chizuru is going to use Stone Killer. Okay, so these are all different chain families. They're just, it's not going to chain, but we're just going to click them and try to sort of chain them. But really, the only reason we're doing that is for the buffs. We're not really doing it for the damage, so whatever. Some free damage, though. So the morale gauge is almost there. We're still working it up. It should be maxed out by turn 5. That's going to be our burst turn. So not much damage that round, no big deal. But we are bursting next turn. So now we're going to start getting ready. So first thing we're going to do is use the SLB on Premium Fina. That's a nice stat buff, LB buff, etc. Golbez is just going to magic focus again. His meteor is coming next turn. Chizuru can just type as a spirit to get ready. Oliveira can now go to the base form where we're going to use his base form Magnus, which gives him a nice stone and Reaper Killer buff. So we're going to go ahead and do his base form Magnus and triple bolting. Lilith is going to do, we're going to do Unstoppable Corruption to do a bigger amplify on herself. We're going to Unending Nightmare for a killer for the party. And we're going to Betrayal, again, to refresh the Mace Imperil. And we're also elementally imperiled this turn, so Kresnik is going to deal with that. Now we want to fill more morale gauge, so we're not going to use Mastery yet, because this doesn't fill any morale. So we're going to just do Antioxidant and double Potion. Actually, we're going to Potion and Supplement, I think. Yeah, no one really needs healing. So we'll go ahead and do that. Okay, and now we'll go ahead and do these. Again, we're not really trying to chain or anything, but if you do end up chaining a little bit, it doesn't hurt. Anyway, now we're going to get ready for bursting. Well, now we're going to burst next turn. So again, usual stuff. This is a pretty minor turn. Not much going on here. The boss's buffs have worn off. Once his buffs are gone, he's very tame. But as long as those buffs are up, he's really painful. Okay, so we are going to die in the threshold, though. So we still need AoE re-raise. We don't have it yet. So Kresnik, before we burst, is now going to AoE re-raise with a Mastery. We can also do just Potion and a Remedy. Okay, Oliveira is going to base form LB, and Dark Fina is going to quad Darkga. That's going to chain with our Oliveira's base form. It's time to drop the meteor on Golbez. We're going to SLB our Lilith, and we're going to shift and LB our Chizuru. And this should be a damage cap. So the way we're going to do it, we're going to click Golbez. We're going to do like a count of 2, and then we're going to extend the rest of the guys. So Golbez, 1, 2, and then go ahead and send the rest. And that should be good to cap that meteor perfectly. And we should do 2.5 or better and push the threshold. Everyone's going to die except what's your boy's name? Kresnik. And there it is. Boom. So, we're all good, but we lost all our buffs and everyone died, including our tank, which is unfortunate. But that's okay. Now, as far as the petrified people, we're gonna use Kresnik first in this order. Remedy first to get rid of the petrified. That way, this they get the other buffs. Then we're gonna Potion, and then we're going to Antioxidant to cure the imperils. We are imperiled as well. A lot of bad threshold stuff. There we go. Back to the shift form with Oliveira. Now we're going to do Gifted with Talent, Inspiring Finale, Rehearsal Session, and Symphonic Harmony. Dark Fina is going to re-imbue the party with Dark. We're going to re-Earth Resist and then just hit the boss. Golbez is going to do... We'll come back to him in a minute. Lilith is going to put up Darkja, Cover, and Kiss of Desire. Chizuru is going to do Strong Samurai, Eastern Winds, and we need Mirage for next turn, so we're going to do Focused Strength. Okay, now Golbez is going to triple. We're going to break the boss again with Curse. We're going to Jet Black again to get that ready, and then we're going to Osmos to get all his mana back. And Osmos, here we go. So, because everyone died, we lost all our buffs, meaning we lost the good mitigations on Lilith. So this is going to be a pretty painful turn. Thankfully, we're immuning the big hacks, but the regular non-elemental is going to pretty much hurt. You know, this is where Sylvie, like this is the reason people use Sylvie, is they get the good mitigations. Okay, that turn wasn't too bad, but the boss didn't. It's RNG if the boss does the AoE physical or not. I don't think he did any of the AoE physicals that can be covered, because those really hurt. I don't think he did any of them, so whatever. But that turn, just trust me, it can hurt sometimes. Because of that, we're going to actually guard Lilith on this turn, because the boss still has buffs right now, and this turn is a painful turn. It's also going to be... oh yeah, ignore that, never mind. So we're going to go ahead and magic boost Golbez. We're going to have Fina just refresh the imbue, resist, and hit the boss. We're going to have Olivera go to the base form, where we're going to triple Melody and then Musical Magic. Chizuru will put up Stone Killer, and Kresnik will do, let's see, whoops, we'll do Potion, Remedy, and Supplement. Okay, and you can try to chain these two up. It might do a little bit of damage, not really though. Neither one of these are geared for damage, so whatever. Anyway, so this turn can potentially be sort of painful. We're guarding Lilith for half damage taken. As you can see, you see what I'm talking about? Not having the good physical mitigation is a really big deal. And it looks like we're about half health? Slightly below half, yeah. So if we weren't guarding, we would have died there. But we're guarding, we're okay. Anyhow, now it is time to start dealing some damage to the boss. Now the boss does have one more turn of buffs. Thankfully, they're going away in his turn, so he won't have them during his turn. So the damage on the tank is now going to go down. But we're gonna start dealing some damage here. So let's go ahead and SLB our Fina for the buffs. I lied to you. We're not doing real damage yet. We're going to do a little bit of damage. So we're going to go ahead and magic boost Golbez again. We're going to wait for his big meteor until the boss's buffs are all gone. Now we're going to, let's see. Whoops. We're going to go to the shift form. And we're going to Gifted in the shift form. And then triple Symphonic with Olivera. We're going to LB Lilith. And we're going to shift and LB our Chizuru to match that. Okay. So, yeah, we're going to wait on Kresnik. We're not going to use him yet. Actually, let's go ahead and do the morale skill as well. This should have been fixed. It was fixed. Outstanding. Attack and magic buff. Okay, so let's go ahead and chain these up. For a little bit of damage here. This is not going to be a ton of damage. Decent chunk. Anyway, now Kresnik can normal attack 4 times. Let's go ahead and use the heal as well, because actually Lilith is a little bit hurt. He should be fine. Let's go ahead and normal attack 4 times to refill. Alright. But the boss no longer has attack and magic buffs, so the damage the boss is dealing is very low. As you can see, it's very fine that turn. Anyway, we did get imperiled, and it's possible we don't win here. We're probably going to win, but it's possible you don't. So we're going to Antioxidant and double Potion, just in case we didn't win this turn. That cures the imperils. Now Golbez is going to drop that Meteor. He's been charging up again. So we're going to, if I can find it, we're going to Meteor. We're going to quad Darkga with Dark Fina. We're going to base form LB Olivera. Make sure you go back to the base form. And make sure you click the right thing. Back to the base form. We're going to SLB Lilith. We're going to LB Chizuru again. And we'll go ahead and put up that attack and magic buff. We don't actually need that now that I'm realizing, because we have the Dark Fina buffs. Whatever. Anyway, so we're going to Golbez. We're going to wait about 1, 2, send the rest of the guys. And that should be, hopefully, the end of the Crumblier. There it is. Alrighty then. 2.4, whatever. So there it is. That was the end of the Crumblier. Perfect score with the Dark team. Didn't use Sylvie. Little bit harder doing it that way, but we got it done. Oh, and also, if we didn't kill the boss, my turn chart will show you the way that you would deal with it, what you would do to continue. Anyway, so for a damage breakdown, so we had Chizuru did a bunch of damage, so did Lilith, and Golbez only got 2 meteors off, whereas like Lilith and Chizuru got like 3 or 4 LBs. So this is not the best comparison. But there it is. Oliveira only did 700 million, but he gives charm immunity and he helps fill morale gauge, and he does support chain. We need that chain count score, so he helps, but his damage is blah. Also, I only owned 1 copy of Dark Reigns TMR, so I couldn't focus Oliveira. But perfect score. Let me show you the teams. Oh, hey, look at that. We've got red pearl or green ticket. That's a you know what? I've honestly got a lot of red pearls. We're just gonna green ticket. Anyway, I'm now done farming. Yay. Okay, so let me show you the team's gear and all that. So here's the party. The only Esper that's required is Ashura. Has to go on Warrior's Prayer Fina, or she can't do her field. The rest of the Espers, just mix and match them as you need. I'll show you the. I'll explain the resistance requirements in a moment. So you want to be dual wielding quad attack on Kresnik, and notice we are not using Sylvie's cards because I said this is a no Sylvie clear. Other than that, give him some dark resist so he can. Actually, he doesn't really need dark resist. It's kind of true. Anyway, give him status immunity, all that. Give him some bulk, etc. And then the shift for give him guts too. Give him a source of guts, because that way he survives the threshold and keeps auto-casting his morale fill. Shift form is starting in the shift. We start in the shift form, and he's got the rod, the treasured ring, etc., charm immunity, and there we go. Chizuru in the base form. Now we are using 1 morale card from Wilk. So we're not using Sylvie, we are using Wilk's card. Technically, probably not really required, because we did overcap by a bunch, but not a bunch actually. We overcapped by like 400 million. I think we did 2.9. So if your morale was slightly lower, it probably would have been fine. Anyway, there it is. So base form, a little bit of LB fill so you can get her LB back. Charm immunity and Tide Vista Spirit. Shift form is just LB damage versus stone and whatever this guy is, stone and something. There it is. There's the setup. She's maxed on everything, I think. Maxed. Yep, there we go. I should have given her, well, too late, doesn't matter. Anyway, there it is. Lilith is using mace build. Here's the setup, here's the gear, and there we go. There's all the stuff. Resistances. Okay, so she is passive provoking. Technically, you don't need passive provoke. I think we always active provoked. Maybe. Let me look at it. No, we didn't actually. Yeah, give her. She needs passive provoke, but we don't maintain provoke every turn. Absolutely, give her passive provoke. Okay, she needs before the modifiers 200% unbuffed light resist. That is critical. You don't need dark resist, but she has it naturally, so whatever. You also need as close to. Actually, no. You only need 100. You need 100 earth and 200 light resist. It is critical you have 200 light resist because Sinister Shooting Star is light element. It's magic damage. It will destroy her without good magic mitigation like Sylvie's. So you need to be immune to it. So 200 light resist. And we're not using a buff, so you got to get it from gear. Other than that, LB damage versus Stone and Machine. Or Stone and Undead. And there's her build, there's the card, max, and she did good damage. Oliveira is using the cool smile card for more, damage. Here's the build in the base form. Unfortunately, I could not give him chain cap up because I don't own enough copies. He gears pretty terrible. Oliveira is more of a mascot unit, but he worked. So 6,800 magic, pretty terrible, and 300 magical stone killer, 275 magical reaper killer, 250 LB damage, and again, no chain cap because I can't fit chain cap because I don't actually own another copy. And then shift form is just start him in the shift form. Charm immunity, a lot of auto morale stuff. There we go. A little bit of Esperfill to help out Fina, and then yeah. Premium Dark Fina is using. I geared her for damage. I forget what the breakdown was, but it was irrelevant. But she does really good dark support. That's why she's here. A little bit of Esperfill, Charm immunity, etc. You know, a damage card, but it didn't even matter for her. 225 Reaper and 125 Stone. She's mostly for the support. Then Golbez, Dazzling Demoness card. We're using a mace on him. You could also use like Equip Whip or something, but really, you really want this mace because this is really good for him. It gives him a lot of killers. This is critical though. You want the Jet Black Curse armor because that gives him his 88 defense and spirit break and the 150 Dark Imperil. That's very, very important. So he's mostly a breaker in this clear. So if you don't have all the Golbez gear, etc., he's still a really good breaker for this. Magic boost, killers, etc., meteor damage, and he's got, he uses physical killers, by the way, 300 Reaper and 275 Stone. And that was the clear. Okay. You asked for a no Sylvie clear. There it was. I do know some of you are asking for a no Lilith clear. It's a bit harder to pull off. I tried it once or twice, tried some ideas, they didn't work. I'll try some more the next few days, but not using Lilith is doable, but more challenging. Okay, see you in a bit.